Hi guys and welcome back to Scribe Gaming. We're going to do some GAC catch-ups from the last week of GAC. Round 1, we're up against Osiris 84. As always, we are going to start off this particular catch-up with a look at the HotUtils comparison. You can see me looking pretty over here on the left-hand side, maybe not zooming quite so much, and Osiris on the right. Now, when we're checking out the scores, I seem to be ranking better than him. He does have better lifetime banners and more offensive wins and clears. That could be because he's been in a bigger GP bracket for a lot of the old style, or maybe he's just better. Who knows? Okay, so he's got about 1.4 million GP on me here. Obviously, his top 80, top 65 character and fleet GP are all higher. That stands to reason. He's rocking, what, about 24 more Zetas, less Omicrons, and less average speed. Alright, when we come to mods, this guy does not mod hard, guys. We've got, what, 75 additional 6-dot mods, and 23 of those are in plus 25 speed mods. This guy, his modding game is not up to snuff. We've got a tier 9 JML, obviously, Relic 9 JML. He has no Relic 9s, but he does have one more Relic 8. Not too fussed by the fact that he's got more Relic levels. Overall, the mod advantage is pretty huge in my favor. When we look at the Galactic Legends comparison here, you can see he's only missing Rey, but that does give him a +2 GL advantage, which is not fun to face off against, I guess. I'm not going to bother looking at the mod comparisons here because, you know, key things like slow Darth Revan, slow Cat, slow Maul, he's got slow characters, guys. That's the point that I want to try and draw here. And obviously, he's got Executor, not at R9, though. Okay, so when we take a look at his offensive attacks, you can see that he'd one-tap the northern section of my board, clearing through into Fleet. However, when he reached Fleet, he didn't seem to have an answer for the Executor. Now, I put 2 trashy fleets to go alongside it, so that I'm guessing that means he's put his Executor on defense. This is my first assumption here. Now, in the south, we can see that we do have a particular MVP in our team, and that is our boy Starkiller. 5 holds and the full team still standing. JMK Cat also got a hold here, and I think we got a hold on DR as well. So his offensive run was not particularly fun for him. Let's go ahead and take a look at his defense now. He's got Phasma lead, he's got a Maul lead with BAM, he's got a OG Darth Maul lead with some Sith and Nest, and then he's got an Omicron Iden Versio team. None of these teams here are particularly worrisome, just a few things to think about. I have to make sure that I don't underestimate the Iden Versio, and I have to make sure that I've got something to counter that Nest as well. In the south wall, we can see that he's got a Mon Mothma Kyle Katarn team. This one's not running Hoth Rebel Scouts, not running POW, so I'm not too worried about it. He's got a Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron team, does have full Galactic Republic, is also sporting Cam, so it's something to be considered about. And then we've got Lord Vader. He's got crew, he's got, well, let's face it, triple tanks, and he's got TIE Fighter pilot. The last one there is a GG team with Newt. So nothing too scary, but things to consider. We've got to worry about the GL. We've got to worry about how do we split our teams to make sure we can deal with all these Omicron teams. Don't forget, Iden Versio in the north. We've got Kyle Katarn down here. Well, I know he's not an Omicron. We've got Kyle Katarn, Mon Mothma, and we've got the Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron. So things to think about. Let's get into the first battle. Okay, so we're going to start off with the most dangerous team, and that is going to be his Lord Vader team. Now, I'm still running the Shaak counter with Imperial Troopers. He gets the crush off. We immediately cleanse all that naughty business because we don't want to have that daze, nor those dots, to be honest, on our team. Now, this is one of the first times I was still running this counter, so I'm still a little bit shaky, and obviously there's quite a few taunters here. So we go in, we put it on Dark Trooper, and then we go ahead and put the inevitable failure on him. Start punching Royal Guard's lights. I think we do the mass assist here. We want to do good damage. Come on, Darky boy. Punch that Royal Guard. Punch him one more time for me. Bop. There we go. Royal Guard is out of commission. Obviously, this is not a particularly strong Lord Vader team, guys. But being able to use a counter like this is still very, very useful. I decided to switch targets over to the Stormtrooper because he's only gear 12, and I'd rather just kill him straight away. What I should have done really is try to get the daze out from Piet sooner, so it would have stopped this crew counterattacking me all the time. But I'm still feeling in a pretty good spot here because we've killed, nearly half the team. And there's the days from Piet, love it. We nearly killed the TIE fighter pilot with that AoE. And we had some fortunate timing there where Dark Trooper swaps targets. And, Dark Trooper stopped his inevitable failure, and then crew managed to get the 2 turns done over on range instead of Dark. So I just started focus on Lord Vader here because I really wanted to just kill him. We're calling in Dark Trooper here, trying to get some additional damage. Come on, boy. Let's go. Punch Lord Vader's lights out. Oh, I just about got that ult off. And then he knocked off one of our stacks of Dark Trooper. So I'm a little bit concerned at this point because obviously we've lost all of our Emperor's Trap bonuses. We've got a second days out here. Shaak T is looking kind of sketch, not going to lie. Here comes the punch. Bring another punch in. Oh God, Lord Vader, don't kill me, please. Dark Trooper, do something. Yep, crushed him. Yeah, Lord Vader, there was never any doubt. We had no fear whatsoever. It's fine, it's fine. Okay, so, yes, we lost Shaak T, but end of the day, we took out the entire team apart from this crew here using no GLs, which is kind of what I have to do when I'm facing people that have got more GLs than me. When they're rocking 2 additional GLs, I do have to be a little bit concerned. So this fight gets a little scary. I got a little bit concerned. I was like, oh my God, am I gonna time out against crew? I don't have a means of dealing with this guy. I put it on an auto for a bit, just hoping that we can do something. Obviously, we need to keep the days on there, otherwise he's just going to counterattack all the time. And I just thought maybe if we can stack our Emperor's Trap up high enough, that we'll be able to actually start doing damage. And you can see Dark Trooper at least is actually starting to kill crew, but the other Imperial troopers are just healing him back up. So I was a bit confused as to what to do. Dark Trooper is starting to stack. We're reaching, nearly 30 stacks of Emperor's Trap now, and crew is definitely taking some damage. Boop. It's looking good. It's looking good. Here we go. And this was the mistake. Leaving it on auto means he does that AoE, and that really just saps your damage away. So I decided to take it off auto at this point and think, I've got to manually do this battle. I've got 1 minute and 30 seconds to kill this crew. So I've got to do it now. Otherwise, I'm in big, big trouble. Well, I'm not in trouble. It just means drop battle. Obviously, our opponents are stuck on our front wall. So we really only had to make sure that that we killed a front wall. Couldn't clear our fleet and couldn't clear our front wall in the south. So I thought, well, but still, you never want to fail a battle. So I know that we're stacking up to Imperial Emperor's Trap here, coming up to 30 stacks again, so I know that this means we're going to start doing some good damage now with Dark Trooper. I do notice that crew's TM meter is climbing and climbing, getting closer and closer to taking a turn, so I'm like, oh God, we've really got to punch his lights out. Here comes Dark Trooper again. We're hit 30 stacks, just doing basics. He's healing back up from the other guys, obviously. This should call it Dark Trooper. Are we going to kill him? Please punch him. Punch his lights out. We've only got 30 seconds. Ah, Dark Trooper, you're my hero. I need a hero. So we only lost Shaak T. Obviously, we lost some health and protection banners, but overall, no GLs used. I like it. Next up on the chopping block, we decided to take out this General Grievous squad. Bad Batch should be a fairly straightforward encounter for us. As long as we get rid of that that B2, things shouldn't be too much of an issue. Be too much of an issue? Oh, punny. It's very punny of me. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and swap over to Echo here, and then Echo is going to call the Mass Assist. Now, I still went for a risky maneuver here, trying to call Grievous. If we kill Grievous, then it's all good. If we don't, things can get very, very hairy very, very quickly. There's the heal back up on Grievous. Should have just done a basic here. And I think we just basic again here. Boop. There we go. It goes over to B2 Super Battle Droid at least. And I think we just... Boop. There we go. 3 people... Well, 2 of them died at once. And then B2 died when Grievous took his bonus turn. So he took a 3rd turn. And the whole team is still looking kind of healthy. So I'd say overall, pretty successful run. Newt Gunray over there decides to just, do what Newt does and be annoying. Steal some banners. I'm hoping that right at the end we might be able to still recover maximum banners. He is Relic 7, so potentially we could we have the time to recover. Yeah, it's looking good. Getting there slowly. Getting there slowly. Whoop, whoop. Ooh. Yep, looking good. Full health, full protection. Let's finish off this GG team. He's stunned, resisted. How dare he? How very dare he? There we go. See you, new 65 banners. Easy dub. Next up is going to be the Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron team, and I will be taking in CLS. I know that this can go wrong, but I have limited counters. The idea is to just stun Anakin out the gate so that he can't just go ahead and, completely yeet your entire team. However, Barriss over there decided to be incredibly frustrating and just cleanse that off him, twice. I was getting a little bit frustrated with that Barriss. We get the stun eventually, kill Qui-Gon Jinn, and now it's just all send on Anakin. Kill him before he takes any turns. Go, 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 go. Get the blind out there. Miss, miss, miss. Oh no, she hit. Miss. This is why I like CLS. That mass AoE blind is super, super useful. Anakin's gone. Next up, it's got to be Ki-Adi-Mundi. Let's get rid of all that foresight and just kill Ki-Adi-Mundi. Just kill him. There we go. There we go. And now we're on the home stretch. Chupio does Chupio things. Yeah, Barriss had that foresight. Can't really be helped. And she's out of there, guys. Peace. 64 banners. We lost 1 banner. So the last team guarding the front wall is a Mon Mothma Kar-Katarn team. Now, Kar-Katarn obviously gives them a massive speed boost at the start. I decided I don't care what he's got on the back wall. I'm going to use a team right now that is absolutely 100% bona fide gonna kill this team in one taps to maximize our chance of winning without worrying about the full clear. I know we don't need full clears, so I might as well overkill these teams. Maul Mandos are ridiculously strong. They can take out GLs, so using it up against the Mon Mothma Kar-Katarn team is basically guaranteed to win. So we've got our 5 stacks of anguish right now, and I think we just decided to go straight for Bays just to get rid of him. I was like, yeah, get rid of him. Cara Dune, up, she's gone. Chirrut, nope, you're dead. Okay, Carl, you're up next. Blap, there we go. It's a fun team, what can I say? Another 65, and it does mean we get to see what fun is waiting for us on the back wall. So place your bets, guys. How many GLs are on the back wall? Ba-da-da-da. 0 GLs on the back wall. I'm as confused as you are. I put 2 GLs on defense, and he had 4 GLs for offense, and he couldn't kill Starkiller. So he obviously took in some GLs against Starkiller and failed. But we've got Nightsisters, Geos, and a Dash Rendar team. Nothing there screams I pose a problem. So I decided to get the easy counters out of the way nice and quickly. We're taking in Traya and Scion in against Geonosians, and everybody knows how this goes. You take it in, they attack you incessantly, killing themselves slowly but surely, death by 1,000 cuts to themselves apparently, and eventually you get a turn with Scion and you just like bop all of them to death. Similar to that. The only thing that can make this go wrong is if the spy has got particularly good crit chance and crit damage, and just one taps your Scion or your Traya. That's the only thing that can really turn the tides of battle here. But I wasn't too fussed. His relic levels weren't particularly high across the board here, so I was quite confident that I should be able to hold on and win. And once you got held by hatred, doubles up your damage. There goes the spy. It's only a relic 2 spy, and at this point you've got less than nothing to worry about. Sunfac immediately gets out of there. And now we just need to wait for the inevitable, guys. Read a good book, perhaps catch up in your correspondence, check in with your mother, see how she's doing, learn to knit. What else is a useful life skill to have? I don't know. But eventually, you win. So we go for the most important team in his northern section, which will be his Iden Versio Omicron team. And when we see this team, we think Wampacron or nothing. See, Wampa is just fantastic, and he will just destroy this this Omicron team. I probably have told this before on these videos, but a high tenacity Wampa with lots of health to sort of hold back the tide of battle is key for beating these sorts of teams. This Iden Versio is only gear 11. I checked her potency. She did not have enough. I have a nearly 120 tenacity, nearly 120% tenacity on my Wampa, and he gains 100% from his unique. So she would have to at least equal my my base tenacity before that 100% to even stand a chance of landing that opening stun. Because she didn't, I knew that there was no way she could stun me, and in turn no way that she could kill me. So honestly, I could probably just put this on auto and win. But I gotta be honest, this is the kind of Omicron that I really like. I don't think we should have too many of these types of Omicrons because they are too powerful, right? But they are fun when you do get to use them. Our next team to destroy is going to be the Maul team. Now, the Maul team featuring BAM, I like to take in gas against. Can consider this to be a bit overkill, but if you're taking something like CLS or more Mandos, you do run the risk of getting stuck behind a permanent damage immunity taunting tank, which is just irritating. So I take in gas because we know that they're not going to kill my gas, and there's enough sustain and DPS to kill things eventually. It doesn't induce TMR, so nothing is going to be permanently stuck in damage immunity like this Beskar Mando is. Well, I suppose you do reduce TMR on Rex's basic. Ignore me, guys. I know mechanics and stuff and things. Awkward moment. Anyway, it's just a very likely version of getting through this team. Obviously, if gas is standing as well, Whistling Birds is not as much of a threat because they can't kill your clones while gas is still standing. You do have to worry about that Maul guy taking away all your protection like that and being a little bit irritating. But overall, as long as you're not sitting when those Whistling Birds go off, you're generally okay. That is a squishy Bo-Katan. Alright, we're getting somewhere now. He's also got the OG Mando in there, which is an interesting choice because he can't actually hit contract. So, well, there goes BAM. BAM is out of there. Maul is, Mandalorian is out of there. Bo-Katan is out of there, and I was just like, you know what, screw it. See you, Maul. And not great banners, guys, but we don't need banner efficiency. I love it when people with Slacker put down Phasma lead first order leftovers on their defense because they're like, well, I've got somewhere to use it. Because it's just easy pickings for so many characters. So I've sent in JKL with Hoda. We don't need to use him anywhere else. This will get us good banners and is reliable as anything. Now, this person put Sith Trooper in here, which is a very interesting choice. Sith Trooper is a fantastic offensive character. Phasma lead in GAC is not a fantastic team. So having your Sith Trooper there to not use it on offense or not use it under a Hux lead or not use it under a crew lead, it just seems like a wasted opportunity to me. As you can see, Luke chews through this team like it's not even there. And he can usually recover all his protection. Unfortunately, that OG Kylo, cheeky little sausage that he is, landed some heal immunity on me right before I did the big heal and I wasn't concentrating. So I would have had full health and protection, but he landed that debuff. Never mind, still 67 banners. Now, we've got a bit of an odd team here. We're going up against the Maul team with Nest, and I wanted to see what I could throw together, so I did this weird Empire thing. I threw in Death Trooper and Moff Gideon under a Vader leads team. Obviously, you do have to worry a little bit about the Nest, because she can do some serious damage, and she might just stay alive forever. Go ahead and drop that Rush. Obviously, the Culling Blade doesn't do anything because it's like throwing pool noodles at people. And obviously, your boy Maul over there is just being irritating. So we're just dropping dots at the moment. Get the armor shred on Nest. Everybody else keeps stealthing, which is just frustrating. You do not want to fracture Nest, guys. Don't fracture Nest. That's a terrible idea. I think we just passed the turn over to Vader, maybe. No, Moff Gideon. Moff Gideon it is. And that Savage press there just dodged the basic, thanks to the increased evasion chance from Maul lead. I did consider whether I should put Deathmark on Nest at this point, but I thought, you know what, no, that was another dodge there as well. And now I'm like, accidentally clicked on Nest, didn't mean to do that. So this one's full of bad things at the moment. I chose not to go into Merciless Massacre at this point because I was actually a little bit worried that I wouldn't be able to deal with the Nest. I wanted to have an opportunity for a free hit at her when she had no protection, like she does now. But then I saw they're just going to constantly stealth, aren't they? So at this point I decided, you know what, enough messing around. There was yet another dodge from Sidious. I'm like, what is this guy doing? Why is he so dodgy? And then I thought, well, it's Sidious. He's a dodgy individual. But, you know. So we pass over to Death Trooper. I'm like, you know what, Nest, get death marked. I'm like, can we kill it? Maybe not like that. Let's go ahead and do some of this. Yep. Now I'm a little concerned, so I was like, you know what, let's Merciless Massacre now. I debate, do we do the Crush first? We do the Crush, and we throw it, and yeah, 270,000 damage on the Culling Blade, easy. Then Sidious decides to dodge and dodge. I was like, he's so dodgy. The amount of evades. It's like, now I'm like, we're going to fracture him, then stun him. I was half expecting him to still dodge somehow, but no, cripple the old man. That's the way you do it. 61 banners. So we have a Dash Rendar prepared Omicron squad in the back wall. I didn't want to throw rubbish at it, so I decided JML with JKR, GMY, and Basti will just have to do. Yeah, so the idea is we just focus down Vandor Chewie. Kill him. Game over. This is an R9 JML, so when I do a call to assist, it should basically just kill everything on this team in one hit, except for maybe IG-11. So let's just see. Pass it over. Bye, Vandor. Okay, that's good. Pass it over. Bye, IG-11. It was only a Gear 11 one. I'm like, do I do the increased cooldowns? Yeah, I guess so. But really, I should have just called in GMY and he would have killed him straight away. Yeet! So yeah, this was maybe just a little bit overkill. Got us the banners, though. And now what I believe is the final team of the ground units, at least. We've got the Nightsister-led Nightsisters. The Asajj-led Nightsisters. And I decided to take in the Bounty Hunters with Boba Fett and Fennec Shand. And this should be a complete rout. This team, Fennec Shand, is just... She's my favorite person. Just in general. In life. I love Fennec. Fennec is great. Wish Dadbod Boba was even half the character that Fennec is. But hey, alas, balancing things is hard. So, we just have some fun with these Nightsisters. R8 Boba is like, bye Spirit. And I think we just go for a yeet here as well. We said goodbye to Asajj. Double execute coming out of Boba. Mass assist on zombie for no good reason. Disintegrate Mother Talzin. Bye. And yeah, that's basically all she wrote. We get the taunt back up on Bosk. We get some of those ability blocks. And then it's just deal with the rest of these guys and we are done. We are through. Fennec goes ahead and kicks Daka. Boop, boop, boop. She does so much damage, guys. Here it goes again. Boop, boop, boop. Lovely. Good night, Daka. Too old. Sent to retirement. Easy dub. 65 banners. So when it comes to his fleet, we've got Negotiator, we've got Executor, and we have got a Tarkin lead Empire fleet. I'm still hopeful we can get a full clear here, but it's not necessary for us to win the game. So let's just see what we go for first. I imagine we go for the Executor. Maybe we get the preload out of the way. Or we just dance around looking at Negotiator. Yeah, so we go straight in here, guys. We're looking to just burn down the cooldowns on this guy to give us an easier chance of getting the Malevolence counter to work. This is fantastic, guys. This is how you burn off all the abilities. So there's no taunt coming out of Hound's Tooth. There's no AoE at the start, and we can just have some fun. He does the reinforcement as well, which would get that on max cooldowns as well, which is great. And then we'll go straight in with the Malevolence counter now. So I prefer the standard Malevolence counter without the TIE Fighter pilot. Also, TIE Fighter pilot kind of necessary to throw on my Empire fleet these days, because we need the extra support. I go ahead and put Spy, Soldier, and Ebon Hawk on the reinforcement bracket. So here we go. They go off with just a basic, and I'm just like, stun the Bosk, job's a good one. Also, particularly important to note, if they are running the IG2K starting lineup, it is so important to burn the cooldowns first. So important, because otherwise he's just going to stun your Sunfac before you take a turn, and then you'll never stun the enemy Bosk. Yes, this does cost you banners, but it gives you a far more reliable means of countering the fleet. So we go straight for the IG, get the buzz droids on, call the mass assist. Beautiful, he is out of there, he is done. That's what I like to see. Got rid of one ship straight away. Get the extra buzz droids out. Still no mass assist from Executor, no reinforcement because that got burned as well. Happy, happy days. Spy comes in, get the mass assist over on Razor Crest. Burn through its first life. And then nearly kill it on its second. And I just keep focusing it because I want to get rid of it. Because if we don't manage to get the full clear out, you want to kill as many ships as possible. Alright, AoE should kill the Razor Crest. Goodbye, Razor Crest. And now we've just got Houndstooth. So this means a couple of things. One, he's not going to hit his ult anytime soon. Two, it's so much easier for us to control the situation here. Get the Buzzies back on, he's stunned so he can't cleanse them. And he calls in the Razor Crest and now he cleanses it. I'm like, oh. Cleansing themselves on a basic is just rude. We're going to lose... oh no, we don't lose Sunfac here. Cleanse off everything that we can. Of course they dodge. There's no point in us... Oh, sorry. I was going to say there's no point putting the Buzz Droids on Houndstooth, but he wasn't taunting. So we could just throw that over on Cad Bane, get the mass assist, and take out Cad Bane. Now we're looking on top again. Perfect. No point putting the Buzz Droids on because he's got that retribution. Now we just have to eat a couple of attacks, unfortunately. We're getting close to our ultimate, though. So I think I bring in the Ebon Hawk here just to get rid of that retribution. And then get rid of the evasion up. Lovely. We replace it with evasion down instead. Far more preferable if you ask me. Get a couple of hits in. And who does he bring in now? It's the Slave 1. But this turns out to be rather good timing because we just get our ult off, we strip all the protection away from them. Happy, happy days. And I decide to just go for Houndstooth here because, you know what? Let's just get him out. Get him out. The enemy's capital ship is stunned. We should be able to clean through before they get to their ultimate. So we should be laughing. I bring in Soldier here just for the absolute nail in the coffin that it is in this situation. I'm like, come on, I just need to kill this Slave 1. Oh, Soldier assists then off the AoE. 45 banners. So yes, we do cost ourselves about 20 banners. But it guarantees almost the full, the one tap then. Well, not the one tap. The one tap with Malev. So, Negotiator Mirrors next. This can go horribly wrong. That's where I'll put it. So I always target the Rex because he then wastes his turn meter up. They go for a mass assist and oh my god, so very nearly kill my ETA2. Luckily we survived just about, so I managed to get the unending loyalty back on him. Throughout our AoE, of course we don't get the buff immunity on their enemy ETA2, because why would we? He calls in and he gets the Clone Sarge. That's a really kind of a preferable situation, to be honest. I do the AoE when I really should have reinforced with Plo Koon, but yeah, I think I was playing a bit loose with things right now. We're looking at a good situation here. Get the BAM. We've got 2 target lots. I go after the Rex. He just about survives, but we do get rid of Clone Sarge. Now I get to bring in Plo. Get my Anakin looking a little bit healthier again. I think we basic here just to get rid of the Rex. No, we gain the Foresight up. I really should have just killed that Rex. I definitely made more than one misplay during this. More than one misplay was done here. Get the AoE. Oop, Rex goes anyway. Here's Anakin AoEs, and now we just end up taking turns back and forth with whose Anakin gets to go when, I guess. Alright, so Anakin is playing tag with Anakin right now. I was like, I could kill Plo, but then I thought his Anakin would just take another turn. And do I really want him taking another turn? Maybe not straight away. I think I just dropped the ultimate here just to, you know, put the final nail in the coffin. I was like, no, let's stop tempting fate. Let's just kill them. Get it done. So a very, very sloppy Negotiator Mirror there. And then the final battle is up against the Tarkin Empire fleet, and we've got our Holdo, our Raddus fleet is here and ready for action. So the idea is to just go straight after the taxi at the start. Yes, they will taunt. I'm supposed to do the AoE here. I hope I do the AoE here, because when you're up against the Imperial TIE Bomber, he's just going to cleanse off all the buffs on your Millennium Falcon. But when they don't have the taxi, you take away such a large chunk of their DPS right out the gate. So he does have the new TIE Echelon. TIE Echelon? No. The TIE Iron Interceptor. So they call that in. That ship is really annoying. Even at low stars and low gear, that ship is frustrating to deal with. Kind of fitting, I suppose, for a Conquest character. I think we go ahead and bring in the Resistance Y-Wing Resistance X-Wing right now. Get our additional assists at the gate. What I'm thinking, or what I'm hoping to do here, is just at least try and get the Holdo maneuver off so we can potentially get the full clear. Naturally, we don't need it, but it's very good even when you've got such a massive advantage in your GAC. It's always good to get the extra battles in, learn the teams, learn the counters as and when you can. Learning from this, I do think that sometimes I should be using the basic with Holdo, because it does pass additional foresight, and that will help us get to the Holdo maneuver just a little bit quicker. So that is a learning for me. There's a nice double dodge there thanks to those foresights. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do the AoE just to cleanse off all that foresight. And then we'll call in, I think it's Wedge, yeah. I don't have a whole lot of ships, so I'm like, got to do something. Quickly get rid of that. Right now, my main aim is just to try and get rid of any and every ship that I can. Anything that I can get a tap out is a benefit to me. Oosh. We don't quite reach the Holdo maneuver yet. I'm like, please let me get my Holdo maneuver off. Pretty please. I've just got Wedge over there, and we get it off. So somehow we don't one-tap this fleet, but as you can see, we managed to do all the damage necessary for us to clean up. Even if I've got nothing but trash fleets left over, this has got to be, better than nothing. So there we go. The Wedge eventually sees himself off, and we've just got to clean up. And I thought, you know what? We do have pretty decent rebels. And my chat was like, add insult to injury and just use Mace Windu's capital ship. And I was like, okay. These battles are done live on Twitch, guys. Links in the description. Come join me. We'll be having one later, so come join me. Yep, we decided to take in rebels with a Mace Windu endurance capital ship lead because we are that rude. Thought we'd just have a little bit of fun with it just to see out the end of the GAC here. So, there's the mass bombs coming out of the TIE Bomber. Unfortunately, we can't dispel his buffs anymore because we're not under a rebel capital ship. So yes, I'm hampering myself by doing this. I'm just reading the abilities on the Outrider because I was forgetting what does it actually do. So having some fun here. Biggs is obviously not taunting. I was like, what does the Endurance do? Nobody uses the Endurance. It's not an actual capital ship. You heard me, Rambam. And now we're just more or less waiting for the inevitable. Scimitar bites it. We get, I think, some health recovery here from the Outrider. I'm like, yeah, boy, I'll have some health recovery. And we've got a cleanse. We've got a cleanse, health recovery, and a dispel, all in one move. What a perfect move. Bring in the tank. Get the assist. Taking Sith Marauder's days are numbered. Go ahead, get rid of that days. Basic. And that is all she wrote. 47 of your most attractive banners. Love to see it. That wraps up the entire GAC and we got the full clear. Final banner count, 1792 to 775. He did not attack again. Winner. Alright guys, hopefully like this video, help me spread my outreach, please. Subscribe to your boy Scribe and I will see you all in the next video. Peace. Just giving a quick shout out to my patrons. I appreciate each and every single one of you. And without your support, I wouldn't be doing this today. Thanks so much.